Shatyamoga Sankalpa. Mothers, please. Shatyamoga Sankalpa. Atmanam Atmana. Ataf Vakshami. Ataham, here. Param, after. Pravakshami, I shall explain. Vamshan, descendants. Manvantarani, different advents of Manus. Cha, and. Evam, thus. Rajaha, Plutaha, infused with the mode of passion. Shashtha, the creator. Kalpa Adishu, in different millenniums. Atma Bhuhum, self-advent. Harihi, the personality of Godhead. Srijati, creates. Atma Bhuhu, sorry, did I miss something? 1 second. Amogha, unfailing. Sankalpaham, determination. Atma, Eva, he himself. Atmanam, himself. Atmana, by his own energy. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Now I shall describe the descendants of the Manus. The creator, Brahma, as the incarnation of the passion mode of the personality of Godhead, creates the universal affairs with unfailing desires in every millennium by the force of the Lord's energy. Purport. The cosmic manifestation is an expansion of one of the many energies of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Creator and the created are both emanations of the same Supreme Truth, as stated in the beginning of the Srimad Bhagavatam, Janmadhyasya Yataha. Thus end the Bhaktivedanta purpose of the third canto, 10th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled Divisions of Creation. Om Ajnana Timirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupakadam Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutafpada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vatam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vatamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namosate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vansha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripasandubhyevacha Paditanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vikasa Swamnate Namine Hari Janagana Bari Gnana Karmanda Hari Prakatita Parabhaktir Bhakti Siddhanta Kanti Vinaynikara Lakshmi Nimna Medera Gamyo Bhuvi Jayati Vikaso Bhakti Purvo Yatindraha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishai Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swaminati Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschati Deshtarine Vagisha Yasya Vadane Lakshmi Yasya Chavakshisi Yasyasya Hridaya Samvitam Nrsimham Aham Bhaje Prahalada Hridaya Hladam Bhakta Vidya Vidaranam Sharadindurishim Bande Parandra Vadanam Harihi Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam Karati Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yatkrpatamaham Bande Shri Gurum Dinataranam Parmananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram Yasadeve Parabhaktir Yata Deve Tata Guru Tasyate Katita Hyata Prakashante Mahatmanaha. Reading that translation again. Now I shall describe the descendants of the Manus. The creator, Brahma, as incarnation of the mode of passion, of the passion mode of the personality of Godhead, creates the universal affairs with unfailing desires in every millennium by the force of the Lord's energy. So we can see this, that Srila Prabhupada is open, it's a one sentence purport, but there's a lot packed into it, especially the last part of the sentence. And we'll try to go over this part. The cosmic manifestation is expansion of one of the many energies of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So we see this at the cosmic manifestation. Whatever you look around you, it's a manifestation of one of the energies of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, specifically the material energy. Shrishti Sthiti Pralaya Sadhana Shakti Rekha Chayeva Yasya Bhuvanani Bhivarti Durgaha Ichhana Rupam Api Yasya Cheshtateshaha Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. You can pull this up. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur gives a really amazing input. It's Brahma Samhita, verse number 44. Shrishti Sthiti Pralaya Sadhana Shakti Rekha Chayeva Yasya Bhuvanani Vibharti Durga Ichhana Rupam Api Yasya Cheshtatesha Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. So we see the external potency Maya, who's of the nature of the shadow of the Chit potency, is worshipped by all people as Durga, the creating, preserving, and destroying agency of this mundane world. I adore the primeval Lord, Govinda, in accordance with whose will Durga conducts herself. Now please go to the Sanskrit. So we see this over here. Please go up. Yeah, there you go. Ichhana rupam api yasya cheshta tesha. So now if you read the word for word translation, over here, Icha, the will, Anurupam, in accordance with Api, certainly, Yasya, of whom, Cha, and Cheshtate, conducts herself, Sa, she. So we see that the material energy is conducting herself according to the will of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. One of the things which makes Krishna supreme and us not supreme is Krishna has his Icha potency, his Icha Shakti, which basically means his potency to fulfill his desires. For example, if you wanted, dosa with the best sambar you can ever get in the world, you can desire it all you want, but it's not going to manifest right away. Either you're going to have to pay someone to do it, or someone loves you enough to do it, or you have to go and make it yourself. But for Krishna, the minute he desires that, immediately it appears in front of him. Ichha Shakti. So, and we can see that some yogis, they can have these siddhis to a small extent. It's impressive. But nothing like the way that Krishna has. Krishna has it to a whole other level. Krishna's Icha potency. So we see that it's by Krishna's desire that this entire material world comes about. And by the will of Krishna, everything that we look around us is moving in a particular direction. Now in the purport, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he says, the world in which Brahma takes his stand and hymns the Lord of Goloka is Devi Dham, consisting of 14 worlds, and Durga is a presiding deity. Keep going down. Okay, there, stop. Yeah. She is armed with weapons representing the various pious activities enjoined by the Vedas for suppression of vices. She holds the snake representing the beauty of destructive time. So we can see this over here. Srila Prabhupada is quoting in the end of this purport. He's saying, as said in the beginning, Janmadi Asya Yataha. So these three words, of the previous verse. Wow, okay, so you flip back and that's how it goes. I never figured out this feature. What do you need to do? Okay, yeah, thank you. Now we need someone from Giri's generation to teach us these things. So we can say Prabhupada uses the word Janmadi Asya Yataha. He uses these words, and eh, every time we read Srila Prabhupada's purports, we're kind of stuck with his genius behind the way he writes it and how much he packs into every sentence, and how every word that Srila Prabhupada says is exactly in accordance with what the previous acharyas have said. It always amazes us, and we can say that he if you read, okay, what's the first verse of the Srimad Bhagavatam? How does it start? Right. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Janmad Yasya Yaton Vayaditaratat Shateshvabhignya Swarat Tene Brahma Hridaya Adikavaye Muhyanti Yasuraya Tejo Varin Mridam Yata Vinimayo Yatra Tisargo Mrisha Dhamna Svena Sada Nirastakuhakam Satyam Param Dhimahi. So if you're initiated devotees, right, we should definitely know this verse. It's the first verse of the Srimad Bhagavatam. It's kind of. I don't have my spray. So we see that if you're an initiated devotee, you should learn. You should learn this. You should learn this verse. It's very important. We should understand and know this. And Prabhupada uses he just keeps this aphorism in there. You could say Janmad Yasya Yataha, but there's so much packed into it. And Prabhupada is making this point: the created and the creator and the created are both emanations of the same supreme truth. So we see that Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, he makes a few amazing statements about this. And Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur writes 4 or 5 purports on the same verse. I didn't see how many purports Jiva Goswami has written on this. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he spoke on this verse for 1 month straight, and he said, and it's not the same thing. He was not saying the same thing. He was explaining the same verse from so many different points of view. And when Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur would speak, on an average, the class would be 5 to 6 hours. And a short class is 2 hours. 2 hours short class. And it is not, some jokes and align your chakras and, yoga and, squeeze your nose kind of class. But it's an actual real proper Bhagavatam class based on so many quotations from Shastra and from scripture and all this. And for example, there's one purport of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur in the Chaitanya Bhagavat about Lord Balaram's rasa dance. And in that purport is 15 pages. And you know what the entire purport consists of? Verses on verses on verses on verses on verses from here, there, from everywhere. He is a walking encyclopedia. He's just able to, just just quote Shastra back to back to back to verse on verse. So he would be explaining these verses, this one verse, the Srimad Bhagavatam, the first verse of Srimad Bhagavatam, for 1 month straight, and he said, I want to speak on this more, but I should also teach the other verses of the Srimad Bhagavatam, and then this is just the introduction, is what he said. He spoke for 1 month on one verse of the Srimad Bhagavatam. So this verse is so packed with meaning, and we can see Srila Prabhupada's purpose, and you can think that, okay, let's just say you were to start to write a commentary on a book which had 18,000 verses, right? And if it had you had only a short amount of time to live, and you had to start writing commentary on the verse, you would just probably breathe through the first few verses as quickly as possible and try to get to it. But Srila Prabhupada spent so much time, even in the first verse of Srimad Bhagavatam. Prabhupada explains this so deeply, the first verse of Srimad Bhagavatam. And let's look at this, especially in regards to what Srila Prabhupada is saying in this purport. The creator and the created are both emanations of the same supreme truth, as stated in the beginning of the Bhagavatam, Janmadi Asya Yataha. So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur in this regard says, Janma Adi Asya Yataha, Vedanta Sutra 1.1.2. So I'll just send you this, I guess, and you can. These are my notes, and they're going to be haphazard. Just letting you know. I'm sorry, I just looked at this during Guru Puja. I didn't have But I'm going to send it to you. I guess you could display it or however you know how to do these things better than me. So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur helps us understand how we can look at the Janma Adi Yasya Asya Yataha from different ways. So he says over here, Janma Adi Asya Yataha, the Vedanta Sutra 1.1.2. Let us meditate on the Supreme Lord, from whom Yataha arises creation, maintenance, and destruction. Janma Adi of the universe. So he breaks the whole thing down, and he says the word Yataha in this first phrase of the Srimad Bhagavatam. The word Yataha means the destruction, the creation, and the maintenance. From whom? So Janma Adi, from whom? Asya Yataha. So he says it over here, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. He says of the universe. So we see that the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he is creating, not only is he creating the entire creation by the two, what are the two kinds of creation we just heard about yesterday? That's right, Vaikrita and Prakrita. And what is Vaikrita? That's right, and Prakrita? Primary, right? So Vaikrita and Prakrita are the two types of creation that is described in the Srimad Bhagavatam up to this point. And it's amazing that Srila Prabhupada is ending his purport like this. So he's actually leaving us on a cliffhanger. The way he ends his purport. The creator and the created are both emanation of the same supreme truth, as stated in the beginning of the Srimad Bhagavatam, Janmadi Asya Yataha. So now he is covered in this section the first phrase of the first verse of the Srimad Bhagavatam, and the next entire section is simply going to be upon the undefeatable energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, which every living entity experiences. And what is that energy? Time. That's right. Kala. Kalosmi loka bayakrit pravriddho. So we say that the time, he's going to be speaking about this part of the Lord's energy called time. And this whole thing, calculation of time from the atom, right? That's what it's called. Yeah, calculation of time from the atom, the next chapter is going to speak about that. But this entire chapter, Srila Prabhupada is speaking about how the Supreme Personality of Godhead has, he has created Lord Brahma, and he's also created, and the creation also. The creator and the created are both emanations of the same Supreme Truth. So we see, in this regard, this statement should be understood in terms of the Vaikrita creation, of the secondary creation. So we see the Lord Brahma and everything else which is created after Lord Brahma is also an emanation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, he says, thus this phrase of the Lord, you have pulled up? Yeah, thus this phrase means, this Janmadhyasya Yataha, that the material cause upadana karana, the word cha indicates the efficient cause, nimitta karana, which is time, because the Lord takes a form of time to influence Prakriti. That's very amazing. That the material nature, the ichana rupa apayesha cheshtatesha. So we were just reading this verse before, just now from the Brahma Samhita, that although the material energy is there, unless the Lord takes the form of time, he cannot. Unless Prakriti is influenced by the form of the Lord and the form of time, she cannot do her job. That's why she's known as Ichana Rupa Apiyasya Cheshtatesha. That's why she's known like that. So we should understand how wonderful is Krishna's creation. Krishna is the immediate cause and also the remote cause also. Sarva Karana Karanam. He's the cause of all causes. So we see, in this regard, he's Upadana Karana, which means he's a material cause. He's also Nimitta Karana, and the efficient cause. Because the Lord thus the Lord is the cause, Janma, by being the material, Anvayad Itaraha, and the efficient cause, Cha. So we should understand that the Supreme Personality of Godhead is, like Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is saying over here, the Lord is the cause by being the material himself. We can see even the material that you're looking around you, it's nothing but an emanation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead's creation. And this line, Srila Prabhupada, this line from Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Srila Prabhupada in his Bhagavatam purport to 1.1.1, he expands it to such a high degree, and he gives the example of the pot and the earth. The pot and the earth, they are both they're both made. The pot is made of earth and it's coming from the earth also. And you can see your body. What's your body made of? Different manifestations of earth Then there's some water and all this, but primarily earth. Our body is primarily made of earth. That's why we're living on earth. The body of the aquatics is primarily made of water. That's why they're living in water. The we can see the residents of the other planet, the sun planet, their body must be primarily made of fire. That's why they're able to live on the sun planet. So we can see that although it's just the earth, it's in the manifestation. The pot is a manifestation of the earth. Our bodies are a manifestation of the earth. The vegetables that we eat are a manifestation of the earth. The so many things that we see, that they're all the manifestation of earth. But ultimately, the earth is the primal cause of all these things. It's a main ingredient within all the forms that you're looking around you. Earth is the main ingredient. It could be brick. It could be whatever you're seeing around you. It could be glass. Right? Glass is also made from sand. I only know this because of a conversation Srila Prabhupada had with a sand merchant or a glass merchant. So glass is also a manifestation of the earth. So many things that we see around us are a manifestation of earth. And then some people, they may not know and realize it. For example, a child may not understand that, all these things that we're seeing around us are a manifestation of the earth, but doesn't mean that the earth is not the cause because a child doesn't know it. It's because me, the great child, does not understand that it's all a transformation of earth. That does not mean that because you don't know it, it does not mean that it is not like that. Like Srila Prabhupada says in the Srimad Bhagavatam, the absolute truth does not cease to exist if we choose not to believe in it. Prabhupada has this banger statement, and I read that, I was like, wow. I'm going to use that on book distribution. I mean, it's really awesome reading the Bhagavatam, but reading the Bhagavatam for the first time in your life is a whole other experience. And it's wow. I remember bookmarking so many things in the Srimad Bhagavatam while I was reading it for the first time. My authorities weren't happy about that. But, I was, this is so amazing. The Srimad Bhagavatam is so amazing. So, we see that Krishna, he is the source of everything that we see. Nityo nityanam chetana chetananam eko bahunam yo vidhati kaman. That we see Krishna is the supreme eternal. From him all other eternals come about. And then we also see there's this parasya shakti vividhaiva shruyate swabhaviki gnana bala kriyacha. So we see parasya shakti vividhaiva shruyate. The Supreme Personality of Godhead has so many amazing energies. Parasya shakti vividhaiva shruyate. Yes, so many shaktis, so many potencies, so many things. Swabhaviki gnana bala kriyacha. And all this knowledge, activities, everything is coming from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So we see the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Prabhupada writes, the cosmic manifestation is an expansion of one of the many energies of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Just one of the many energies of the Supreme Lord. Maya dhyaksena prakriti suyate sacharacharam hetu nanena kontaya jagadvi parivartate. So you've been reciting this every day. What does it translate to? That's amazing. That was a good. He was confident about it throughout. I appreciate that. But we see Maya adhyakshena prakriti suyate chacharacham. This is the most important part. Maya adhyakshena prakriti. Under my instruction, Maya adhyakshena, under my guidance, under my induction, Maya adhyakshena prakriti suyate sacharacharam. Whatever is happening around that is happening by the material energy under Krishna's instruction. Maya adhyakshena. Hetu nanena kontaya. Hetu means cause. Hetu nanena kontaya. Krishna is the cause. We can see how Prabhupada translated it as what? 9:10? 9:10, I think. 9:10, yeah, okay. Translation, please. This material energy was one of my energies, is working under my direction, O son of Kunti, producing all moving and non-moving beings. Under its rule, the manifestation is created and annihilated again and again. Boom, right on point with the purport Srila Prabhupada is making. Every sentence in Srila Prabhupada's purport is so many verses. So many verses. Now, if you read the purport to this verse, Srila Prabhupada says, it is clearly stated that the Supreme Lord, although aloof from all the activities of the material world, remains the Supreme Director. The Supreme Lord is a Supreme Will. There you go. Ichhanu rupa api yesha cheshtatesha. The Supreme Will and the background of this material manifestation. But the management is being conducted by material nature. That's a very smart thing to do. Once Srila Prabhupada said, Tamal Krishna Maharaj told Srila Prabhupada, you should be the king of the entire world. Srila Prabhupada said, no, I don't want to be the king. I want to be the guru of the king. Let the king manage. I'll be the guru of the king. It's a very smart, very smart. Same thing, Srila Prabhupada is following Krishna. Krishna also states in Bhagavad Gita that all living entities in different forms, I am the Father. Verse? Right? And one more. That's why I was saying, Pitahamasya Jagato, Mata Data Pitamaha, Vedyam Pavitra Momkara, Rik Sama Yajurevacha. Aham Bija Praja Pitaha is also there. The father, I guess, in this context, that's the verse Prabhupada is quoting. The father gives seeds to the womb of the mother for the child, and similarly, the Supreme Lord, by his mere glance, injects all living entities in the womb of material. Okay. So we see this over here. The Srila Prabhupada is making this point again and again that Krishna everything is happening by the supreme will of Krishna. That's the point. Now, if you look at this verse in the Brahma Samhita, chapter 5, verse number 44, Bhasvan yatashvan sakaleshu nijeshu teja swiyam kriyat prakatatatya pitatvad brahmaya esha jagadanda vidhana kartaha govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. Brahma Samhita. Yeah, next one, 544. So this verse and purport are very important, especially in this regards to this verse that we're reading. Sorry, keep going, Prabhu. Next one. Next one. Two after this. One more. One more. Okay, yeah. So translation. I adore the primeval Lord Govinda, from whom the separated subjective portion, Brahma, receives his power for the regulation of this mundane world. Just as the sun manifests some portion of his own light in all effulgent gems that bear the name Surya Kanta. So Lord Brahma is being infused by the potency of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Just like there's this beautiful gem. We see, okay, there's one gem that is very popular in the Krishna book, which is the wrong. Shamantaka jewel. Kaustuva, that's a good guess. Right? Shamantaka jewel, that's the whole conspiracy. The whole conspiracy happens in that. That's the conspiracy we should be involved in. Think about, what about this? What about that? That'll make you make spiritual advancement. Shamantaka jewel. So we see Surya Kanta is another gem. And in this gem is a certain potency of the sun that is invested. So now you can see Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur in this purport, he says that Lord Brahma is of two types. Right? We can see. Purport. Okay. Brahma is two types. Right here, boom. In certain kalpas, when the potency of the Supreme Lord infuses himself in an eligible jiva, the later acts in the office of Brahma and creates the universe, like a Shaktya Vesha avatar. So when a jiva has performed enough pious activities and he has qualified himself, then the Supreme Lord infuses him with that potency. So the creator and the created are both emanations of the Supreme Truth. In those kalpas, when no eligible jiva is available, after the Brahma of the previous kalpa is liberated, Krishna, by the process of allotment of his own potency, creates the Brahma who has the nature of the avatar, descent of the divinity in the active mundane principle, Rajoguna. Boom, right on point with the Sanskrit of this verse that we're reading. Evam Raja Pruta Shashta. We were reading just now in today's verse. Evam Raja Pluta Shashtha. Right? Can you pull up the previous verse? You have to teach me how to do this because it's really amazing. This is 3:10:30. And you can go back to the purport we were reading, right, Prabhu? Okay. So yeah, there you go. Evam Raja Pluta Shashtha. Kalpadishvatma bhur harihi. So we're saying, if you look at the word Atma Bhuhu, the way Srila Prabhupada translates it here, it says self-advent. Self-advent. So what is being spoken about here is the second scenario that Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur is describing in this purport. Right? So you can go back to the purport we were just reading. Okay. So go up one or two sentences. In those kalpas, we were just now reading Kalpadishva Atma Bhur Harihi. In those kalpas, when no eligible jiva is available after the Brahma of the previous kalpa is liberated, Krishna, by the process of allotment of his own potency, creates a Brahma who has the nature of the avatar, descent of the divinity in the active mundane principle, Rajoguna. Ejam Rajah Pluta Shashtha. By principle, Brahma is superior to ordinary jivas, but is not the direct divinity. The divine nature is present in a greater measure in Shambhu than in Brahma. The fundamental significance of the above is that the aggregate of the 50 attributes belonging to the jiva are present in a fuller measure in Brahma, who possesses in a lesser degree. So we say this point that just like all living entities have some strength, right? All living entities have some strength. I have the strength to lift this phone up, no problem. Like Krishna's given me the strength. But Krishna didn't give me the strength to lift up a huge trunk like the elephants. They can just lift up trunks and like throw them around, smash them around just for fun. I don't have that strength. But at the same time, the ant doesn't have the strength to lift up this phone. But the ant has some strength to lift up the sugar particles, the cubes. Small, small cubes, the ant has the power to. Ultimately, it's all strength, but is manifested to a different potency according to the karma of the living entity. Isn't it? We all have different karmas, and depending upon the karma that we have, that strength is manifested, depending on the karma that we have. So depending upon the karma of a human being, he may have a certain amount of strength. But then the karma of Lord Brahma, of an elephant is he has a lot more strength than that of a human being. And the karma of the ant is that it has a lot less strength than that of a human being. So the same attribute of strength is present, but is manifested to different degrees in different entities according to their karma. So same thing there's 50 attributes. Out of the 64 qualities of Krishna, the jiva has how many? No, we just read it. It's 50, right? And then Shiva has. It's a nectar of devotion pop quiz. Women can participate too. Don't excuse yourself like that. Wrong. Isn't it 55? 55 Prabhupada lines. Prabhupada is 55. That's right. But and then you go. You can read this. Keep going. Okay. But in Shambhu, both the 50 attributes of the jivas are also the 5 additional attributes found in Brahma. So 55. Then Lord Narayana and Lord Krishna. That's right, 64. So what are the 4 things which make Krishna unique? Venu Madhuri, okay, he plays the flute. Okay. His beauty. Rupa Madhuri, okay. Leela Madhuri, yes. So these 4 things, very, very amazing, Krishna. Anyway, that's an advertisement to worship Krishna. But, we say that the living entities, we have these 50 attributes, and they're manifested more in Lord Brahma. They're manifested more in Lord Brahma. So, and some places I've read it's 55, some places I've read it's 56 for Lord Shiva. So we see this over here that Lord Brahma, he is empowered. He is empowered to perform these activities according to, by the mercy of Krishna, or the Supreme Lord himself takes upon evam raja pluta shrashta kalpadish atma bhur harihi. The creator Brahma as the incarnation of the passion mode of the personality of Godhead. So this verse is, and now it seems like from here on, what is being described, the Brahma that's being spoken about is the incarnation of the passion mode of the personality of Godhead. Now you can pull up Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 2, text number 25. Is that it? Sattvam Rajastama iti prakrite. No, keep going. Keep going. Actually, go back, sorry. Sattvam Rajas, there you go. Sattvam Rajastama iti prakriter gunaster yuktaf para purusha ekahihasya date stityadaye hari virinchi hareti samagna shreyamsi tatra kalu sattvatanu nrinam syuhu. So, the transcendental personality of Godhead is indirectly associated with the 3 modes of material nature, namely passion, goodness, and ignorance. And just for the material world's creation, maintenance, and destruction, he accepts the 3 qualitative forms of Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. So this is again that verse is speaking about this verse. I mean, we can understand that this is exactly the context. Of these 3, all human beings can derive ultimate benefit from Vishnu, the form of the quality of goodness. So we see even in this verse, Hari, okay, what's another? Okay. Go all the way to the Sanskrit, Giri. So in this verse, where is Lord Brahma mentioned? Virinchi, that's right. Virinchi is the name of Lord Brahma. Another name of Lord Brahma is sometimes known as, it starts with the va also. Vidhi. Sometimes, there's a verse in the Brahma Samhita describes him like that. So, Hari Virinchi Hareti Samagna. So we see again the Supreme Person is Sattvam Rajas Tama Iti Prakriter Gunastar. The Supreme Personality is indirectly associated with these modes of material nature. And then accordingly, so now in this creation, he takes upon the incarnation of the passion mode of the personality of Godhead. And then what's really amazing is that in this Amoga Sankalpa. Now, if you look at the verse of today, Sujati creates Amoga Sankalpa. So that by his unfailing Amoga determination, he's able to create it millennium after millennium. So we see the verses before in this chapter. We see that the Supreme Lord gives Lord Brahma the benediction. My dear Lord Brahma, you'll always be successful because my mercy is always upon you and it is going to increase more and more and more and more. So when a person has the mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, they can have Amoga Sankalpa, unfailing determination. Unfailing determination is the key to success in spiritual life. Unfailing determination. That's why there's a verse in the Srimad Bhagavatam, Etam sa ashraya paratmanishtam adhyasitam purvatamayar maharshibhihi aham tarishyami duranta param tamo mukundangri nishevayaiva. You know the verse number for this? 11th Canto, what is it? Yeah, can you look it up? Etam sa ashraya paratmanishtam adhyasitam purvatamayar maharshibhihi aham tarishyami duranta param tamo mukundangri nishevayaiva. So, this is a prayer made to the Supreme Personality of Godhead by the Avanti Brahmana. And this prayer, the determination of a person who is very eager to go back home, back to Godhead, is described. What's the verse number to this? 11, 23, 57. Okay. So, let's see the translation. I shall cross over the insurmountable ocean of nations by being firmly fixed in the service of the lotus feet of Krishna. This was approved by the previous acharyas who were fixed in firm devotion to the Lord Paramatma, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So this is Amoga Sankalpa. One must have unfailing determination. One must have unfailing determination. Yes, people may fall. People may fall. If we say, in this verse, Shrunvatam Swakata Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtana Hridyantas Sabhadrani Vidunodi Suhit Satam. What's the translation? Come on. Huh?
Oh, by hearing the narrations of the Srimad Bhagavatam, all the inauspicious things in the heart are destroyed.
That's, you're mixing two verses of Shrunvatam Swakata Krishna.
One becomes pious.
Oh, yeah, Punya Shravana Hridyantasya Hyabadrani. Yes, Vidunoti Suhit Satam. So now that's the translation. But who knows what Prabhupada says in the purport? Now this is the real thing. So many people can quote so many shlokas. Oh, we've seen a bogus guy recently quoting so many shlokas, but rascal doesn't know one purport from Srila Prabhupada's books. Nothing. So and he goes and mixing with Mayavadis and glorifying Mayavadis. It's nonsense. So what anyone know what that purport says? Yeah, he says that even great stalwarts have fallen prey to money and women. You can pull up 1 to 16 or 17. So, yeah, keep going. Purport. Yeah, next paragraph. Okay, next paragraph, there's another. Okay, one cannot enter into the kingdom of God unless one is perfectly cleared of all sins. The material sins are products of our desires allotted over material nature. It is difficult to get rid of such desires. Women and wealth are very difficult problems for the devotee making progress on the path back to Godhead. Many stalwarts in the devotional line fell victim to these allurements and thus retreated from the path of liberation. But when one is held by the Lord Himself, the whole process becomes as easy as anything by the divine grace of the Lord. So here's the point. We must always remember, and we should pray to Krishna. Dude, we're doomed without Krishna's mercy. You can be whoever you want. You can practice Krishna consciousness for many decades. You can distribute lots of books. You can do all these things. But without the mercy of Krishna, you are finished. You're finished. One must be especially careful. One must be especially careful. One is never safe in the material world. One may think, oh, I'm so safe, I'm so safe. But no, Maya is so strong. Daivi hesha guna mai, mama maya duratya. Unless you do mame vaye prapadyante, prapati, do it to Krishna all the time, at every point of time. Mame vaye prapadyante, maya metam tarantate. Then we can get over this. Otherwise, it's very hard. It's very hard. Janma adi asya yataha. Krishna has given us all this good fortune and all this. And then Tene Brahma Hridaya Adikave. He's giving Lord Brahma the inspiration to create all these things. Therefore, if at any point of time in a Krishna consciousness we are not feeling inspired, we are not doing the process right. We may be struggling. We may be having difficulties controlling our mind, controlling our senses. But as long as we are inspired, Tene Brahma Hridaya Adikave, the Supreme Lord is inspiring Lord Brahma from within by giving him that ecstatic knowledge and realization to perform his service. We may be struggling in our service. We may be struggling in performing all these activities. We may be struggling doing this and struggling doing that. But if we take a vow that no matter what, I'm going to be inspired by the orders of the spiritual master, I'm going to be fired up about it. Even if I don't feel like dancing in kirtan, I should dance. I should not stand in the back like I'm in a funeral. I should dance. I should dance for the pleasure of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. I should clap my hands. We're so fortunate. We're coming here after so many lifetimes. We finally got this opportunity. We should take full advantage of this. We do that. Then we'll also get so much inspiration. The morning program is full of juice. Right? Anyone feel like that? Anyone feel like that? The morning program is just full of nectar. And even to miss, one thing of the kirtan is even like, oh man, It's just like, just get back into it. You get back into it as soon as possible. And it's so ecstatic, especially when you're performing, when you're participating in the kirtan, led and participated also by Sharanagata Bhaktas, by devotees who are taking full Sharanagati of the process given to us by Srila Prabhupada. It's so exciting, it's so amazing. So these things protect us. What is strength in Kali Yuga? Let's say, what's the verse? How is it? Sanghe Shakti Kalo Yuge. Literally. Sanghe Shakti Kalo Yuge. So in Kali Yuga, association, this is very important. Sanghe Shakti Kalo Yuge. If we come together and we perform devotional service together, that's why we don't like our book distributors to go alone and distribute books on their own. We may do Hirogiri and try to do it, but it's very dangerous. We've seen many a times people making these decisions. It won't happen to me. You know who I am. I'm so great. I'm so this, I'm so that. Rascal, you've taken birth again, you fool. Why? Why you want to play with the material energy? You think you're some big guy? The illusory energy will squash you. It's no joke. It's no joke. Maya is so strong. So we should understand. We should always take shelter at the lotus feet of Krishna. And then every day, there's this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful prayer. You can pull up Mukunda Mala Sutra, verse number 44. Andar shime hita viveka mahadhanasya choraif prabhor balibir indriya nama diyayaihi mohan the kupa kuhare vinipatitasya devesha dehi kripanasya karavalambham. Where Prabhupada started this, no, go back. Actually, I'm so bad with verses. Go back. Two more verses back. Two more verses behind, before that. Yes, this is it. So, Prabhupada started his commentary on this. He says, "O Lord," on the Mukunda Mala, so they only comment on the first 5 verses. "O Lord, the powerful thieves of my senses have blinded me by stealing my most precious possession. And what is that? Your viveka, my discrimination. And they have thrown me into the pitch dark well of delusion. Please, O Lord of Lords, extend your hand and save this wretched soul." We should pray for that from the core of our heart. Andasya me hrita viveka mahadhanasya. I've been blinded because my senses choraif prabhor balavir indriya nama dhyayaihi. They've stolen our sense of discrimination. The minute we start feeling too confident about ourselves, then we should know we're in trouble. Srila Prabhupada said, what is the disease of the Western disciples? That's why she got it first. Don't take credit. Prabhupada said, they are not enough afraid of Maya. We're not enough afraid of Maya. No problem. I'll be fine. I'll go and Rambo the whole thing by myself. You can Rambo things when you're with your friends. That's how we do it in conventions. We just go and Rambo things, and it works for us. It's like show up 5 minutes before the gig starts, and you still haven't said. I just throw everything on the table. Boom, boom, boom. You said, "I give you do that." Boom, boom, boom. And all of a sudden, 9:27, the gig starts at 9:30, and you already started selling books, and it's awesome. And you can do that, but don't try to be like some big superhero. Do it myself. Right? That's the whole American way of life, right? The rugged individual who can do it all on his own, doesn't have to take anyone's permission to do anything. I'm the man, the myth, the legend, right? I think I added that last part. But I'm the man, right? I'm the man. This whole I'm the man, Purusha Abhiman, you'll be smashed by the illusory energy. Smashed. It's no joke. Andasya me hrita viveka mahadhanasya. What is your greatest wealth? Mahadhanasya. What is your greatest wealth? Your greatest wealth is your discrimination. Where do you get your discrimination from? Where do you get it from? And that's right, Guru, Sadhu, Shastra. And what is the basis of Guru and Sadhu? If we get all our instructions, all our power of discrimination from Srila Prabhupada's books, you know why? Because at every word Srila Prabhupada's writing discriminates reality from illusion for the welfare of all. At every step. Every step. Every word of Srila Prabhupada's book is discriminating reality from illusion for the welfare of all. Was that Dharma prochita kaita votra paramo nirmat saranam satam vedyam vasavam atra vastu shivadam tapo trayon moolanam Srimad Bhagavate Mahamuni krite kimva pare rishvaraha sadyo hridya vrudya teta kritibi shushrushbhi sakshinat. We must learn Srimad Bhagavatam. It distinguishes reality from illusion for the welfare of all. It uproots the threefold miseries. All one has to do is shushrushbhi takshinat. Hear submissively and serve the great acharyas. Mahajano yena gatasya panta. If there's certain standards set in a particular way, and Prabhupada said, what is the other American disease? Prabhupada said, is to change. We always want to change for no reason. It's working properly. Everything is fine, but we want to change. Why? Why? Because, we're so great. We're so powerful. We're so amazing. What happens when we have such attitude? Moghasha, moga karmano, moga gnana, vichetasaha, rakshasim asurim chaiva, prakritim mohinim shita. What happens to your hopes? They're baffled. What happens to your activities? They're crushed. What happens to your knowledge? Bewildered. Who are we? Nobody. Who is Krishna? That's why we should always pray for the mercy of Krishna. Should always pray for what's that? Dhanyam punyatamam tadeva paramam daivam hi sat siddhaye. Krishna is Dhanyam, the greatest wealth. Punyam, the greatest auspiciousness. Dhanyam punyatamam tadeva paramam. And he is also the highest, the supreme topmost personality. Daivam hi sat siddhaye. And he is completely transcendental to this material world. You can attain perfection. Daivam hi sat siddhaye. Sat, you can come into the proper association. Siddhaye, become perfect. Daivam hi sat siddhaye. Atman samshraya, pundarikanayanam naga chalendra sthitam. You can fully take shelter of Krishna, Atman samshraya, pundarikanayanam. You can take shelter of the beautiful lotus-eyed Lord. And we need that. We need to do it. Otherwise, we're doomed. We have to take shelter of Krishna's internal potency. Mahatmana sumam partha, daivim prakritim ashutaha. How do we do that? By always engaging in the service of the Supreme Personality of Godhead under proper direction. Under proper direction. We can be, otherwise it's very hard. It's very hard. Maya is so strong. Krishna is, we can say, Amoga Sankalpa. We must have Amoga Sankalpa to follow Guru, Sadhu and Shastra. And I think here, how did the previous acharyas do what they did? How did they do it? Amoga Sankalpa. We must have this kind of determination. Otherwise, we'll be doomed. What hope do we have? We should pray to Krishna for his benediction of mercy. You must pray. Krishna, you can go forward a few verses. Krishna rakshatu no jagat traya guru. Krishnam namadhvam sada. Krishna nakhila shatravo vinihata. Krishnasya tasmai namaha. Krishnat eva samuhitam jagat Jagadidam Krishnasya dasosmyaham. Krishne tishtati vishwametadakhilam. Hey Krishna rakshasvamam. Take shelter of Krishna. May Krishna, the spiritual master of the three worlds, protect us. Continually bow down to Krishna. Krishna has killed all our enemies. Obeisances to Krishna. From Krishna alone, this world comes into being. I am the servant of Krishna. This entire universe rests within Krishna. Oh Krishna, please protect me. This is how we should pray to Krishna. Otherwise, we have no hope. We have no hope. If we think we are so great, if we think we're so awesome, we can do it all, run it all. So, I'll end the class over here. If there's any questions or comments, we can take them now. Yes, Avadut.
Prabhu, when you're talking about devotees don't go alone on Sankirtan, I was remembering when we took this Bhakta trip with Chandanacharya and Suresh and Ali Krishna. We visited Danavir Maharaj, and Maharaj told us something very profound. He said that many have twixt between the cup and the lip.
Yeah.
You've heard that phrase before?
Yeah.
So
Many a twist between a cup and a lip.
I think it's something Aristotle had said, but just the way Maharaj delivered it was like so, so profound. But yeah, we should always be really cautious on the spiritual path.
Many a twist between a tongue and a lip.
So you have like a cup of water, and you try to bring it to your mouth, but it's,
you could slip. The water could it could fall on you.
There's many slips between a cup and a lip.
Many slips.
yeah. Like Prabhupada also writes, like there are many accidents even on the royal roads.
Royal roads.
Yeah. But you were speaking about like the different karmas of different people. Like you said, an elephant can lift certain things, and the ant can lift sugar, and like you can lift the phone. So, how does karma exactly influence the devotee? Because there's that Brahma Samhita verse, karmani nirdavikin. So does karma have an effect on us, or how does that?
So let's see what the Shastra says. Pull it up. What's the verse number? Yasva Indra Gopa Matavendra Mahosva Karma Bhandana Rupam Palabhajanam Atanoti Karmani Nirdhati Kinchuta Bhakti Bhajam Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. So go to 5 all the way up. I mean all the way till the end. It's like 5 verses in the. It's the 6th or 7th verse before the penult. So look at verse number 50 or 49. Look at verse number 49. Next one. One more. Keep going. Keep going. One more. There you go. Translation. I adore the primeval Lord Govinda who burns up to their roots all fruitive activities of those who are imbued with devotion and impartially ordains for each the due enjoyment of the fruits of one activities of all those who walk in the path of work in accordance with the chain of their previously performed works, and no less in the case of the tiny insect that bears the name Indra Gopa than that of Indra, the king of the Devas. Purport. Keep going. Yeah, but out of his great mercy to his devotees. But out of his great mercy to his devotees, he purges out by the fire of ordeal the root of all karma, the nescience and evil desires. Karma, though without beginning, is still perishable. So we can understand this, that when a person takes a devotional service, even if your horoscope may say something, then there's this invisible graha known as the Vishnu graha, who can come and make all these different changes. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he had 2 disciples, and they both went to like a really famous and paka palm reader in India, and he looked at both their hands and he said, both these brahmacharis, he said, yeah, both of you are going to get married. There's no doubt about that. It's so obvious you're going to get married. And one of them, they went and asked Bhakti Siddhanta, this is what he said, what should I do? You just engage in devotional service, you'll be fine, you don't have to do it. One of them just, got married. But the other brahmachari just kept serving his spiritual master. And then after many, many, many years, when he was obviously way past the age of marriage, the astrologer saw his hand and said, I can't believe it, your lines have changed. Narada Muni, what does he say? You clap in kirtan, the hands on your lines will change. So Krishna is the boss. Kartamashay. Actually, there's this really awesome verse, Mukunda Mahatsaha, verse number 10. This is the essence of Srimad Bhagavatam. Now we can actually sing this, right? Mabhir manda manovicintya bahuda yameshiram yatana naivami prabhavanti paparipavam swaminanu sridhara alasyam vyasaniya bhakti sulabham dayasvanarayanam lokasya vyasanapanodana karo dasyasya kimna kshamaha. O foolish mind, stop your fearful fretting of the extensive torments imposed by Yamaraj. How can your enemies, the sinful reactions you have accrued, even touch you? After all, is your master not the Supreme Lord, the husband of Goddess of Shri? Goddess Shri, sorry. Cast aside all hesitation, concentrate your thoughts on Narayana, whom one very easily attains through devotional service. What can the dispeller of the whole world's troubles not do for his own servant? So it again depends upon our Shraddha. If we have full faith in the Supreme Personality, we have the full faith in the holy name, then just go for it. But then karma also, then that's why we have 1, 2, 13, 1, 2, 13. Atav pumbir dujashreshta varnashrama vibhagashaha swanartishasya dharmasya samsiddhir haritoshanam. The whole point, the boss, that's right. Kartamashai, the boss. That's Prabhupada. Prabhupada called that deity the boss. Literally. He said, Kartamashai, he's the boss. They didn't want any deities to come to that San Francisco temple. But then the next day, Srila Prabhupada came and he was standing there. And he said, just see, Kartamashai, the boss. Hey, Krishna, what can you do? So, we can pull out 1, 2, 13 over there. Giri is like my transcendental DJ today. Okay, so, translation. O best among the twice born, it is therefore concluded that the highest perfection one can achieve by discharging the duties prescribed for one's own occupation according to caste divisions and orders of life is to please the personality of Godhead. So if you understand, okay, you have a particular kind of karma, you're obviously inclined to do something. And then you perform that. And that's why Srila Prabhupada wanted to establish Daiva Varnashram Dharma, where according to people's karma, they can be associated with whatever they're associated. Because when one is associated with their karma, their work becomes recreation and the rest of their time is left for self-realization. But if you hate your work, then the rest of your time you're going to use for recreation. Therefore, it's a degradation of the civilization. It's just, that's how it is. Because the work is it's a soul-killing experience. By the mercy of Krishna, I've never worked a job in my life. Okay, I joined the movement at the age of 19. It's a good move. Thank God. That's probably the only good move I've ever made in my entire life. But from what I've heard, working a job is like a soul-killing and crushing experience you can ever experience in your life. It's just horrible, right? It's a horrible experience. But then after all that, all you want to do is just go get intoxicated with your friends and engage in illicit sex life or whatever, in meat eating and all these horrible things. But then if you were to engage your proclivities in whatever you like to do, and then you have the rest of your time, then it's great. We went and visited one property yesterday. Maharaj was saying you should have a lot of kirtan. You have a lot of kirtan. It's good for the woofers, it's going to be good for you, it's going to be good for everyone. It's the most auspicious thing. Loka Mangala. It's going to be the most auspicious thing. So we understand like that, that yes, karma is there, and that's why Prabhupada established Daiva Varnashram Dharma. He wanted to establish Daiva Varnashram farm communities where people can engage according to their proclivities. That'll be awesome. Yeah, is that okay? Yeah. Anything else? From the mothers? No? Okay. So it's 8:15. We can wrap it up here, or just leaving it up to the audience, we could chant a bhajan, whatever you all want. Bhajan? Okay. So can we chant the Guru Parampara bhajan?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it. So can I have the mridongo? You know how to look it up, Giri? It's called the Krishna Hoite. Should I sing it like that, or should I sing in the Guru Puja tune? Is it too late to sing the morning tune? Okay. I see. Krishna hoite chaturmukha, hoy Krishna sevan mukha. Brahma hoite narade ramati, hoy Krishna sevan mukha. Brahma hoite Brahma sorry, Narada hoy te Vyasa, Madhva kahe Vyasa dasa, Purna prajna padmana bhagati, hoy te Vyasa, Madhva kahe Vyasa dasa, Prajna Padmanabhaga. Okay, let's make it easy. Nirhari Madhava Bamshe Akhyo Vyaparamahamse. Shishya boli angikara kore, Shishya boli angikara kore. Akobera Shishya Jaya Tirthana me Parichaya. Tarada Signana Sindhu Tore, Taha hoite daya nidhi, Tardas vidya nidhi. Rajendra hoy lo taha hoite, Tahara kinkara jaya, Dharmana me parichaya. Parampara jano phalo mate, Parampara jano phalo mate. Jaya Dharma Dase Khyati, Shri Purushottama Jati. Tahaite Brahmanya Tirtha Suri, Vyasa Tirtha Taradas, Lakshmi Pati Vyasa Das. Tahaite Madhavendra Puri, Kali. Madhavendra Puri Bar Shishya Bara Shri Ishwar. Yeah, Madangal is not dead. It's just pretty dead. Nityananda Shri Advaita Vibhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Vibhu Ishvara Puri ke Danya Korilena Shri Chaitanya Jagat Guru Gaura Mahaprabhu Jagat Guru Gaura Mahaprabhu Mahaprabhu Shri Chaitanya Radha Krishna Nahe Anya Mahaprabhu Shri Chaitanya Radha Krishna Nahe Anya Rupanuga Jane Rajiva Rupanuga Jane Rajiva Vishwambara Priyankara Shri Swarupa Damodara Shri Goswami Rupa Sanatana Rupa Priya Mahajan Jiva Raghunatha Tara Priya Kavi Krishna Das Krishna Dasa Priya Bara Narottama Seva Para Jara Pada Vishwanatha Asha Vishwanatha Bhakta Shakta Baladeva Jagannatha Tar Priya Shri Bhakti Vinod Mahabhagavata Bhara Shri Gaura Kishora Bhara Hari Bhajanite Janmo Ihara Parama Hamsa Gorangira Nija Tadera charane mama gati Tadera charane mama gati Ami se bai udasina Namete di dandi dina Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Shri Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Shri Varshabhanavi Bar Sadasivya Seva Par Daita Dasana Atara Pradan Pracharako Shri Bhakti Vedanta Namo Patita Janate Doyadham Patita Janate Dayadham Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jai Shri Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya Ki Jai. Taking over the world with Srila Prabhupada stands the book distribution and Daivanashram farm communities Ki Jai. Vansha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyascha.